you doing, everyone? It's the Sunday Blues guitar lesson here on Line, on Facebook, on YouTube. We're even going live on Twitter right now. So grab a guitar, grab a, maybe get a pick, get your guitar, and let me know where you're watching from in the world. I'm sitting here looking at my computer. Let me know you can hear me. If anyone watching can just give us a quick comment to let me know, first, where you're watching from, and secondly, that you can hear me. It always helps to know that that you can actually hear what I'm saying. I'm going to be teaching a guitar lesson in the key of G, blues. Every Sunday here I go live, and so tune in. Usually at this time, wherever you are in the world, this time of day, on a Sunday, I go live for a few minutes, and I teach a little bite-sized blues guitar lick or blues guitar lesson. And today's lesson is going to be a lot of fun. So grab that guitar, hit the share button, hit the like button or the love heart or whatever you want to do, just to it all helps. Basically it helps kind of spread the word about these guitar lessons I give here online, these free lessons that I love to give. Hey John, okay, we've got John Lawrence, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, John. He's coming up to Shrewsbury. We're doing a retreat. We're doing a blues guitar retreat this week in Shrewsbury. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have 13 people from around the UK and Europe all descending on my hometown tomorrow. And we're going to have a week of blues workshops, staying in a really nice place in the middle of Shrewsbury where I live in England. Blues workshops every day, jams in the evenings, concerts. We've even got a gig next Friday night. I'm playing, and also Martin Carthy is playing, so I'm opening for Martin Carthy alongside some other great people, musicians from Shrewsbury. It's called Shrewsbury Folk, Sounds of Shrewsbury Folk. So anyway, let's get on with the lesson. Okay, so let me close that for a sec. Hey Philip, you're in the Prince Rupert. Awesome, man. Nice one, mate. You're tuning in and you're there a day early. Oh, Kevin, hey, Milton Keynes last night. I've just been messaging Martin. Oh, yeah, we had a gig last night in Milton Keynes. It was a late night, actually, when I got back. It was a good kind of 1:30, 2 a.m. by the time I got home. But yeah, lovely gig last night with John Doyle, the Irish guitarist. And that was a lot of fun. And Martina as well got up and sang. Martina Wren, beautiful singer. Anyway, let's get on with it. Hopefully you've got your guitars there. Phil, it's so great seeing the comments coming in. So, blues in the key of G. So there are many approaches, and as a blues guitarist, you might know, if someone said to you, play blues in G, if you already know the minor pentatonic scale, that pattern, which is in the key of G, that's a G note. It's 3/5. Sorry, it's 3/6, then 3/5 on the next three strings, and then on the top two it's 3/6. And if I say to a guitarist, "Oh, play the blues in G," 9 times out of 10, or maybe even more, 99 times out of 100, that's the first thing they'll think. So today's lesson, I'm going to show you another approach, another way of approaching the blues in G, and that's using the major pentatonic. And I'm just going to show you a couple of little licks. We're not going to run through the scale, but I'm just going to show you some licks to learn, that because that's kind of what it's about. There's one thing just going up and down a scale, kind of doesn't sound that musical at all. But if you learn the licks, then suddenly you can throw those into a blues tune. And the cool thing I will add about this particular major pentatonic scale rather than the minor pentatonic is it's great for kind of rock and pop as well. It's as well as the blues. And you know, I often think of the Rolling Stones, their sound when I play this lick or this style. I also think of country music, kind of country rock, that kind of stuff, as well as of course blues, you know. So I'm just going to show you a basic little move in the key of G. If we play a G chord, and we want to not use our first finger, so play the G chord with your third finger on the bass string, second finger on the A, and then your pinky on the top E, okay? And all we're going to do is play a blues shuffle, which is kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3. So the way we do it is down strokes. Down, 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 down. And our second finger is going to move from the A string, second fret, 1, and all we're going to do is move it to the D string, second fret, 2, and then back 3 and 4, and like that. I mean, that's a good move in any song. As I was saying, it's not just pop, it's not just blues that you could play that in. Of course you can play it in blues, but it's just quite a nice thing to do on a G. I'm trying to think of a pop song, you know. When the night has come, the land is dark, and the moon, excuse my voice, it's the only light we'll see. Okay. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't. So, see what I mean? You can throw it into anything, and that's a nice little lick to spice up your G. Yeah. Anyway, so talking about the pentatonic, the major pentatonic, I'm just going to show you a couple of riffs. First of all, hey Grace. What you got to do is pick that second fret of the G, yeah? Bend it up, and then, of course, I'm playing acoustic. Most of the lessons I always play acoustic, basically. So the bend doesn't have to be huge like on an electric guitar. So the main thing is picking that note on the second fret and then releasing it like a pull off. So I pick it once, I kind of bend it up, and then I pull that finger down, almost like plucking it with my left hand like this. So it's called a pull off, obviously. It's worth practicing that. So after that move, we're going to play the second fret of the D, so the string below it, and then we're going to play the open G. There, I'm coming at it from a different way. I'm coming from the D string, open, second fret of the D, open G, 2. So again, that little boxy area, but just a different way to get that open G sound. hopefully you do know the minor pentatonic in G. If you don't, of course, check out acousticmasterclass.com. The link is here. That's my main site where I do all of my teaching. In fact, in about 45 minutes, I'm teaching a Zoom lesson for the students inside acousticmasterclass.com. So get in there. You can get a free trial, 14 days, and it's like a subscription. It's a bit like Netflix, but for guitar lessons with an added Zoom element. I love it. Actually, it's brilliant. You know, I love the community inside. So anyway, getting back to this. So if you know the minor pentatonic scale, you always automatically think 6-3, 6-3 on those two top strings, which is fine. Okay. Now, if we go back to these two strings we were looking at, if we were to replicate that an octave higher, so that's a D note. So we find a D note here. On the B string, that's the 3rd fret. So we're actually going 3-5, 3-5 on those two top strings. So we're not playing the minor, we're playing the major. So if you can play some blues in G minor, just try playing it in the major. And mix it up. And that they're kind of the two. Sorry, that's basically the easiest way into major pentatonic, that position there. You can get immediate results. What I would suggest doing is, if you're a member at Acoustic Masterclass, go to the backing track section in the site and just try and jam over a G blues backing track. If you're not a member, go to YouTube, just search on YouTube G major, G 12-bar blues, and just have a go. What I'll do now, just for a minute, is I'll play a bit of a G blues, a 12-bar blues in G. Maybe I'll sing some lyrics, and then you can just try noodling over it, soloing using that major. You could go 3-5, 3-5 on the top string, and just as an exercise, you know, just try and get it under your fingers. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer. Yeah, yeah. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yes. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer. Maybe I'll take a little solo so you can get the idea. Really simple. Just hang on. Take it away. Have a go. On the, I'll just show you that lick. 3-5 on the B, 3-3 on the top. Just try repeating that in time. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. All I did there is 5 5 3 3. I mean, it's so simple, but when you play it with conviction, it sounds great, you know, in my opinion anyway. I think it sounds good. You know? You don't have to play a million notes an hour, you know? Sorry, it's getting a little bit lost there, but cool. So that's a little bit of an exercise for you to noodle around with. And I don't know if Kevin is still watching, but are you put the, I remember we were having a chat last night. Were you you got the guitar 20 years ago, stuck it in the attic, and now you've got it down? Is that you, Kevin? Hopefully you're still watching, but maybe you're not. So let me know in the comments. Phil, also, if you're watching, where have you come from? If it took all day to get here, and I'm not gonna teach anymore now. I will answer questions for a minute or so, but basically every Sunday I do this little bite-sized blues lesson, trying to give you something really fast that you can get under your fingers, and just slowly, you know, if you turn up each week, you'll over the course of time. Yeah, Kevin, okay, nice one, man. And hopefully you've got the guitar there, and hopefully that's giving you something to play with. Kevin, yeah, so we were having a little chat last night at the gig, and if you nice, if you want to rewatch this lesson, it'll be here. And you know, as I say, get a blues backing track in G on YouTube, and just try going 3 5 3. Just try and sound bluesy, you know. That's all we're all doing, is trying to sound bluesy and make it our own. And you know, take your time with the notes. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, Kevin, but the video will be here. So as soon as I end this lesson, it will still be here, and you can rewatch it. Anyway, I guess I'm going to end the lesson. I've got to get ready now for my main Zoom lesson every Sunday. I do a kind of 45-50 minute lesson on Zoom. And okay, far side of Suffolk. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a nightmare road, that. And we're going to be looking today in the Zoom lesson, if any members are watching, acousticmasterclass.com members are watching, we're going to be looking at a tune actually that I did play last night with John. I teach predominantly blues inside the site, but we also throw in folk songs, more mainstream stuff as well, because it's all relevant. And today I'm teaching a tune called The Red-Haired Boy, which we played last night, or in Ireland they call it the Jolly Beggar Man. And it's in the key of G, and that's kind of why I'm playing in G today, just to kind of loosen myself up. And the tune goes. It goes like that, basically. Da da ba da 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 da. So it's like a Celtic-y tune or a bluegrass tune, and that's what we're looking at today. And so I'm going to get ready for that. Nice, a lot of stops. So hopefully see you there, Phil, at 5 online on Zoom. And so, as I say, if you're watching this and you want in, all of the lessons are archived, the Zooms, everything. And there's also, I'll quickly show you, there's a inside the site. I teach this lesson called on this tune, and at the end of it, we're going to go into. Once I've taught the kind of chords, there's a tab that you can grab. Once I've taught the melodies and kind of answered questions on that, if anyone has any questions. I'm then going to go into more of an improvisation lesson using G major pentatonic. Even though the tune, if there are some kind of theory people watching, even though the tune is in G Mixolydian, I mean, we're going to be looking at the G major pentatonic. If that means nothing to you, don't worry, that it's not very important. What's important is knowing where to put your fingers. So I'm just going to show you. This is actually inside the site. It's not so good on a phone. You should be watching on a laptop, taking part. But inside the lesson vault, inside the subscription site, there are many lessons and blues courses. There's kind of solo like B.B. King, Eric Clapton secrets, blues lead mastery. There's like many hours and hundreds of hours of lessons and courses. But there is one on the Redhead Boy, and what happens if you click on that, it opens up. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, the Redhead Boy, and you've got videos. I'll see if I can play it. With the tab that you can slow down and do all sorts of cool stuff. So the tabs are there. There are video play-alongs there. So during the Zoom, I talk about how to play it and tips and on theory and technique, that kind of thing. And then you also often get a tabbed up studio filmed lesson of the tune that you can slow down. And there are three variations. There's a beginner, intermediate, and an advanced in there, as well as a full playthrough and backing track. So it's actually very cool way of learning, and in my opinion it's the best way I've come across as a teacher, because as a one-to-one player, you when you come for a one-to-one lesson with me, I show you the stuff, you go and it's kind of gone, you know, whereas this way I'm teaching you still like one-to-one, like I am right now, just there's a, you know, you could be in Florida or Georgia. It says Facebook user in Georgia, welcome, by the way. I don't know, we don't have your name, but thanks so much for tuning in from Georgia. Now, you can be, so it's kind of live, but then at the end of it, the video remains, so you can re-watch it and, you know, go to the particular point of the lesson that you want. And as well as the lives, there's a lot of materials to back it all up. So it's nice to see people improving and get to know people. Anyway, I better get on with it. Get out of the old... out of this Sunday Blues. I'll be back online next week for another installment of the Sunday Blues. I'm now going to get ready for this Sunday Zoom, and then tomorrow the Shrewsbury Blues Guitar Retreat kicks off. That's a lot of fun. I mean, that's a live thing, but busy times. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Really nice to see everyone. Cheers, Kevin, down in Milton Keynes in MK. That was, yeah, such a lovely gig last night. Cheers, Phil, Grace, and I think, oh, John, yeah, John's coming down as well for the retreat, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you